So while we've been on the island, we've been in contact with Berry from FFI, and he's let us know about a possible area where they found pitcher plants. It's on one of the trails that we've walked on already, and it's a lowland area. So we're going to head over there and take a look, see if we can find some plants ourselves. I've already found some on the other end of the village where we're staying, but they weren't aware of those ones. So it's quite cool that we've found new areas where the pitcher plants have been found. So we're going to head over, try and find some. And there's also potential next week to meet up with a pitcher plant expert, which is going to be fantastic news if that can go ahead. So yeah, we're just heading off now, we're on our way. We've just arrived at the area that Berry told us about. It's the lowlands here, and it's quite boggy underfoot as well, which is quite good for Nepenthes, the pitcher plant. We're not quite dressed for this. It's been raining pretty heavily these last 2 days, so I'm just going to look with the binoculars, see if I can see anything, and if I do, then I'll probably come back tomorrow with like full trousers and stuff on, just to have a look, see if they've got anything. But it looks like pretty good habitat for it. Just looked through the binoculars and I can see probably about 50 metres ahead there's a Nepenthes plant, so we've got a positive. So I can go back to Berry and say that they're still here, which is always good to know, that they haven't been like destroyed or the habitat's not been ruined. So yay! And yeah, the fact that we can tell him that there are ones further on as well is pretty good as well. So it's a swallow going over. So yeah, it's good news, and hopefully I'll be meeting with the pitcher plant expert next week. We're off to go see the pitcher plants that we went to go see a couple of days back that Berry told us about. We couldn't go properly into the field last time because I wasn't wearing the right gear, but now I'm trousered up so I can go in. It's been raining the past few days, so it's going to be a bit boggy around the area as well. Yeah, we're just going to sit down, watch them, see if we can see any insects go in, which would be pretty cool, and just see how many are there. We've just arrived at the area that Berry told us about, and we're actually absolutely surrounded by pitcher plants. The ground's pretty boggy, so we've had to navigate our way around to this perfect specimen of a pitcher plant. So this is the pitcher plant here, and you've got what's inside is digestive fluid, so it's quite strong, and what will happen is the insect will climb up here or climb down here and get to this waxy area here on the plant. Because it's waxy, the insect then can't keep a grip and so falls in, and the plant digests the insect and then uses that for nutrients to grow, obviously. So what we've got here, we've got a couple of ants climbing up and down. I do know there are some pitcher plants. This is Nepenthes mirabilis. I don't know if this particular species does it, but I do know that some have special relationships with ants, so ants can actually go in and out and aren't affected by the waxy layer. So that might be what we've got here, because I've seen lots and lots of ants crawling all in and out of the place, which is quite cool. That is a massive mosquito. So yeah, it's quite cool that we found a huge area of really healthy looking pitcher plants. Varying sizes as well. There are really, really small ones close to the ground, and then you've got some really big ones like this one down here. That one's quite a nice big one. with ants on it, some large ants. So yeah, it's great to see a really healthy area of pitcher plants, and hopefully we'll be going to the south of the island tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to find some more areas like this that nobody really knew about before. So we've been in the lowlands with the pitcher plants, and whilst walking through I noticed what I'm fairly sure is another orchid that we haven't seen whilst being here. So it's these little things here. They look like they're quite, they've got the landing pads, which is quite indicative of an orchid, but they're also surrounded by these little balls, which is why we didn't notice them straight off. It's quite cool that we can find orchids in amongst the pitcher plants as well, which is pretty cool. So we'll take a couple of photos of these and try and ID them when we get back.